Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning in to the PCSS podcast. You know, it's a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious kind of week with the Cookeville High Choral Department presenting Mary Poppins as its big theater production this year. Under the music direction of Michael Choate, the artistic direction of Jennifer Welch, and choreographer Meredith Flatt, the production opened up on April 25th and will be wrapping up this weekend. Well, in case you haven't heard, Cookeville High School is presenting Mary Poppins, and guess who we have here? Mary Poppins. Awesome. Thanks for being with us. Now, really, tell us your name.
Lyssabeth Tatum.
Lyssabeth. Well, you are playing Mary Poppins, and this has got to be an awesome role. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's awesome. I never would have thought I'd be playing Mary Poppins. It's my final show at CHS, so I'm just really blessed, and it's a lot of fun. It's very tiring, but it's very rewarding.
Now, did you have to practice supercalifragilisticexpialidocious?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But luckily, I did Mary Poppins, and I played Miss Corey in middle school in the junior version of Mary Poppins, so I had a little bit of practice.
Had a little training there, yeah.
A little bit of practice, but it's definitely nostalgic, and it's a whole lot of fun.
So what's it been like to play this role in your last production at Cookeville High School?
It's been hard. It's been really, really heartwarming. I am very blessed. My directors are amazing, and it's been so much work, but it's all paid off. And the kids, getting to be with the kids is like just so fun, and they're so sweet, and it's just a big family,
yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
So is this the role that you wanted? I mean, is this what you went for, that you really worked for?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of went into it with it's my final show, whatever happens. I just want to have fun, and yeah. I got really lucky to play Mary. It's definitely a lot of work, but I couldn't do it without everyone else playing. I mean, we have 3 Berts, 3 Georges, 3 Neliuses, 3 Winifreds. I mean, they are all doing a whole lot of work behind the scenes too. We've got a wonderful stage manager and lights and sound, and the people who make me fly, they're pretty awesome.
That's not easy, I'm sure. It's just like making this umbrella fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the preparation, I don't think people probably really realize the amount of time that you have to put in to prepare for a production like this. When did you begin preparing for Mary Poppins?
Well, I think rehearsals started around January and February.
Wow.
And we jumped right in.
Yeah.
I did a lot of line memorization at home. So like when you showed up to rehearsal for me, I was like, I'm going to have a scene memorized. So when I get there and we add blocking and everything, I'll know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Music rehearsals, it was all kind of together. Dance rehearsals started really early because we do a lot of dancing in this show. Yeah. We do a lot of dancing. And I'm no dancer, so I've never been in a dance class before this show, so I really had to put on some dancing boots and learn how to dance. But we started pretty early. Yeah. So it was a long road to get where we are now, that's for sure.
You know, Cookeville High has really been known for its theater productions. There's been so many great ones here. Where do you rank Mary Poppins among those others?
Oh man, I feel like it's going to be biased. Yeah. I mean, last year we did Les Mis, which is such a beautiful show. Awesome. This one is definitely one of my favorites, just because the story is so sweet. And as a high school senior, talking about the end of childhood.
Yeah, it kind of hits home.
Yeah, just the spoonful of sugar. I mean, my mom, she's been at every show. She cries every single show because she's like, you're done and this is it. And this one's definitely top 3, probably top 2, maybe 1 of my favorites I've done. I mean, the last time they did it, it was beautiful. Yeah. Just in the ones I've been in, it's probably my favorite. But what can I say? I'm a little biased.
Now, what does after school bring for you after graduation? What are you going to do?
I am actually recently committed to ETSU for musical theater. I'm going to continue musical theater.
Awesome.
This show, and I went to Governor's School for the Arts at MTSU last year.
Awesome.
They both kind of really encouraged me to keep this dream going. Yes. So yeah, I'm gonna do musical theater.
Well, I know the show wraps up this weekend. There's going to be a couple of more chances for people to come out and see it. How important is it when you come out to see a full house?
Oh my goodness, it's so important when we come out and we see that enough people wanted to come see us. It really, really encourages us to give our best performance, and especially even when the house is smaller, when we have an energetic audience, it just, the whole show just amps up and it's so much fun. And I mean, I would love to have a sold out weekend, but that's up to you guys. So.
Well, I know you got to fly, so thanks for taking time to be with us. Yeah.
Thank you for interviewing me. It's so sweet. Yeah. I'm like honored. I've never been a part of something so cool.
Who we got here?
This is Jude Forrest playing Bert.
Playing Bert, yeah.
Yes.
So tell me about Bert. What is Bert's character?
So Bert is a chimney sweep, and he is sort of the narrator of the story, Mary Poppins. He is friendly with Mary Poppins, and he might have a little bit of a crush on her, but she won't show it that she likes him back. And he's just really outgoing and positive, fun with the kids, fun to the audience. So yeah.
Yeah. So what made you want to try out for Bert?
Probably the dancing. I wasn't much of a dancer before this, but it was something that I wanted to get more into, and he gets to do a lot of different types of dancing, like tap dancing and step in time, and even like flying, of course, later on in the show.
Yeah. So I know you've had a couple of performances. It wraps up this weekend. How's it been going so far?
Well, I think it's been going pretty well. I've been having a blast with every show. I know that.
Now, how many productions have you been in?
This is my 5th production.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this your favorite production so far?
That's tough.
Les Mis was pretty good last year.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Les Mis, I was fortunate enough to play Marius in that. That was a fun role. Yeah. So it's hard. Hard to decide.
Now, what year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
Senior. So this is it. This is the swan song for Bert right here.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So what's your plans after school?
Well, I'm going to college in Florida. So a little college called Florida College. Pretty
simple.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you going to pursue acting still?
I think so. Not necessarily as a career, but I am minoring in music performance, vocal performance.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
So what, do you get nervous at all? I mean, what's the most intense moment of the production?
I would say the most intense moment of the production is Step in Time, whenever I do a little walk up the ceiling, up the proscenium, and flip down off the ceiling, tap dance on the ceiling. It's crazy.
Right. Well, if you haven't had a chance, be sure to come out, check out Bert, Mary Poppins. We've got a few more opportunities. And anything you want to tell the folks?
No, just come and see it. It's a great show.
All right. Thanks for being with us. And Michael Choate, who just happens to be the Rotary Teacher of the Year for Cookeville High School. He also has, just a little production going on, Mary Poppins. How many productions have you done since you've been here at Cookeville High School?
Well, I actually began music direction for Cookeville High School musicals prior to my being here in the school. So I've been directing musicals since the 90s.
Wow.
I think 1996, with it only missing the year for COVID.
Wow.
So,
isn't that something? And here we have Mary Poppins. It's been going on. It's been widely popular. We've already talked to Bert and Mary, and what a treat they were. To be able to work with students and just get them and see them shine on stage, that's got to be so rewarding.
it is incredibly rewarding, and I think even more so, it's rewarding to see them move beyond this and see what this type of experience does for them. It makes them articulate, makes them confident. It really sets them up for success later in life in whatever they pursue, because they carry those traits and characteristics with them into job interviews and into the real world. So
why Mary Poppins?
Well, you probably remember we did Les Mis last year. We felt like we needed something really bright. We have a lot of good movers, and this has got a lot of heavy dance numbers, and the students really enjoy movement. We have a fantastic choreographer in Miss Flatt, our dance teacher here, and so we wanted to do something that sort of allowed them to do what they love. So, and this is a time-honored classic, and really the Broadway production to me is much more enjoyable than the movie. So I think it leaves people smiling, and we wanted something that felt that way.
When did you decide that you were going to do Mary Poppins, and kind of take us through a timeline up until today?
Truly, we usually always wait until the beginning of the school year to assess the talent that's there. You usually know what you have in terms of returning students, but you always have some students that are new to the building and the program and who really want to be a part, and so we don't ever want to leave those students out.
Yeah.
So really at the beginning of the year we start discussing options and kind of putting together a short list, and then we try to see what we think would fit the group best and give the most kids opportunities. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, I know we were talking, and they said they really began preparing in January. That rehearsals began. They started working on their lines and the dance steps, and so it seems like it is this whole spring. It's been extremely busy.
Oh, extremely, and the surprise snow in January, sort of threw us a curve a little bit. And we have a triple cast in this show. So we actually have some roles are tripled, some roles are doubled.
Wow.
3 sets of little children in the show. So that really is like having 3 different shows to rehearse. So it definitely gives you some challenges, but it's worth it because it gives, as we said earlier, it gives more kids opportunities to do what they love. So
now when people start coming to the shows, do you have expectations of how many tickets you want to sell or anything like that? Or is it just whoever shows up, it's great?
Always we want to reach as much of the community as we can because we want them to see what these students can do and to see the product that we have created because of their hard work. Obviously, we rely on our ticket sales to be able to do this the following year. I don't think people realize how crucial that is in terms of, not only funding the project this year, but setting us up for success for the future.
Yeah, I think that's a great point right there because, I'm sure that you're not funded. You have to fund yourselves for the most part. So these productions aren't cheap. It takes a lot to be able to put on a production like this. Kind of give us a synopsis of Mary Poppins and just what people can expect to see when they come.
You're going to see a lot of dancing. You're going to see a vibrant, colorful stage. Mary Poppins has, of course, all the Mary Poppins magic. So you have to have flying. So we have all the flying. We use the professional company who does that all over the world so that the students would be safe and well trained, and we went through training on how to do that with our operators and our students, and so you're going to see everything from Mary fly in, Mary fly out to Bert dance upside down on the ceiling. So
this is the last weekend for Mary Poppins. If you haven't had a chance, come by Cookeville High School. You can go online. You can get tickets. Can you also get tickets at the door?
You can get tickets at the door, and you can now purchase with a card as well as cash. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Are you going on vacation when this is over? You're going to take a deep breath? I mean, what's going to happen after May 4th?
Several things yet to come. We've got concerts and end of the year things that
graduation.
And all these students are so successful. They're involved in all of it. Honors banquets, those kinds of things. So it'll be a mad rush to the end, but it's definitely worth it.
Oh, and one more thing. For the first time in how many years, there's not a Choate in a production.
That's right. All my kids are grown.
Wow.
And on to other things.
Yes.
So it's been different, but it's been nice to be a teacher here and a parent other places, and to get to see them grow and flourish and doing what they love other places and in other ways. So
Michael Choate, the Rotary Teacher of the Year for Cookeville High School. The production of Mary Poppins going on here at Cookeville High. It wraps up this weekend. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for all that you do, especially for the arts here in Cookeville.
Thank you so much.
Well, we love to celebrate the success of our students. The Cookeville High School Speech and Debate team had a successful time competing at the Tennessee High School Speech and Drama League State Championship. The team had 2 individual state champions, with Ciara Oldham placing first in extemporaneous speaking and Kaylee Wilmoth placing first in informative speaking. And joining us now is Ciara Oldham and Kaylee Wilmoth. And ladies, first of all, congratulations. State champs. I mean, that's pretty big.
Thank you.
Have you won any awards like this before?
I was the state champion in the same event last year.
Oh, so you're a repeat, 2-time champion. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah. Ciara, was this your first one?
This was my first state championship for speech and debate.
Awesome. Well, just tell us a little bit about the competition and the category that you were in and just kind of how everything unfolded. Ciara, you start.
So I do extemporaneous speaking, And basically what that is a limited prep speech. So when I get to a tournament, I don't know what I'm talking about until the moment I draw.
Podcast. Yes.
I know. Good practice. And then I get 30 minutes to research the topic I'm talking about. It's usually like a political or social issue.
Okay.
And then I present that in a 7-minute speech without the use of notes.
So you got 30 minutes to present a 7-minute speech.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Kaylee, what about you?
I do informative speaking, which is a prepared speech. I've been working on and building on the same speech the whole year. It's a 10-minute prepared and memorized speech about just really any topic that I chose. My topic this year is on the environmental impact of artificial intelligence with a specific focus on its water footprint.
Okay.
And then I also use visual aids. So I have a 20 by 30 foam board, which I make throughout the year as well to support my speech.
So you have been working on this for quite a while. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess after all the hard work, it kind of makes you feel good to know that it was worth it.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what was your speech topic that you had to prepare for?
So my finals round speech was about the ASEAN, which is an association of Southeast Asian nations.
Okay.
And quite frankly, I had no idea what it was about.
Yeah, you got me too. So, but you had 30 minutes to figure it out.
I had 30 minutes to figure it out, and it went pretty good.
And you had to speak for 7 minutes.
Yes, sir.
With no notes.
No notes.
Wow, that's impressive. Yeah. So is there anything that you get to do now that you've won the state? Do you get to go to nationals or anything like that?
The national qualifying was separate from state. We did both also qualify to nationals, but because the state is done by the Tennessee Association and nationals is done by the national one, they're kind of separate.
Yeah.
So we are preparing for nationals, but it wasn't because of state necessarily.
I got you. You had already qualified.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when is nationals?
Nationals is from June 15th to June 20th this
Yes.
year.
Yeah, hopefully it's someplace cool where you get to go, is it?
It's Des Moines, Iowa.
Wow.
A lot of corn.
Yeah.
It was also Des Moines, Iowa last year, so we're
Iowa.
familiar.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah. Well, that'll be awesome.
My sophomore year, I went and it was in Phoenix,
Yeah,
and then they were
there you
just
go.
we're going to send you to Iowa for the next 2 years.
Yay.
In the middle of summer.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so cool. Ciara, just talk about what year are you in school?
I am a junior in school.
Junior in school. So being able to do this and win a state championship and getting to go to nationals, what is it that you want to gain from this experience?
So I think that as for extemporaneous speaking, it's especially important for me because I gain a lot of political knowledge, and that's something that I would like to go to school to study with political science.
Oh, great.
But more than that, I think it's very important to just develop that skill. So if you're doing a last-minute presentation,
Right.
if you're unprepared, or if you have to do any sort of elevator pitch,
Yeah.
I think it's just great to have those skills to fall back on.
That's awesome. And now you know a lot about the Asian nations.
Oh, yeah.
That you might not have known before.
Oh, no.
Kaylee, tell us just a little bit about your speech and what was the angle that you went at, because it's a fascinating topic that you were telling us.
I had seen stuff about it, just the overall environmental impact with carbon emissions and energy usage on social media for a while last summer, and it was something that really interested me because in speech specifically with AI being such a big topic, you hear about it a lot, but I'd never seen anybody take that perspective on it. So as I started researching it, I just kind of started with a Google search of AI's environmental impact, and then I kind of fell down a rabbit hole specifically of the water impact, and I was like, this is really interesting, and it's so unexpected because you don't think about water when it comes to technology.
Right.
So I ended up just really focusing hard on that to get my point across better.
So what was the point that you were trying to get across? What was the ultimate thing that you wanted to get the judges to realize?
I guess my perspective on it is that generative artificial intelligence isn't really a good resource with how much water it uses. I don't think it's worth the impact on America's water sources specifically.
Yeah. Now, what year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. So this is it. This is the swan song. You're going to be graduated by the time you go to nationals.
Yep.
So what do you want to do after high school?
I am pretty much committed to MTSU. I actually just put in an interest form today to be on MTSU's speech team as well.
Great.
I hope I can get a little bit of money from it as well. And in college, I want to study like communications and media and stuff like that. So I really think speech, and especially informative speaking, has really set up a good foundation for that.
Absolutely, and it's a good school for that too. They have a very good program. Yeah. You still got another year,
Yeah.
Ciara, to worry about what you're going to do, but you've already talked about political science. Have you started looking at colleges yet?
I think as far as college applications, I'm going to cast a very wide net and
Nice.
just hope I reel in some good
Yeah.
ones.
And go where the money goes too.
Exactly.
Exactly, yes. Anything else? I mean, how long have you been on the speech and debate team?
I have been on the speech and debate team since my freshman year, so this is my 3rd year.
Okay, Kaylee.
I've been on the speech team since my sophomore year, so we joined the same year.
Oh, okay, awesome. Is there any advice you would give to somebody, maybe a freshman who's coming up, that that you would encourage them to be on the speech and debate team?
I wouldn't be as scared as you might be, because it sounds really scary, but when you actually get into it, most of your rounds are in a classroom, and most of the time you don't have more than, like, you'll have one judge in your preliminary rounds, and then maybe 3 or 4 people watching you, and those 3 or 4 people are in the same event as you, so they're not there to, like, pick you apart or really judge what you're doing.
Yeah.
Once you get to finals, there will be 3 judges instead, but honestly, my finals round at state had no audience, so sometimes it happens.
Okay. All right. What about you?
I would definitely say for freshmen wanting to try speech and debate or maybe being a little bit nervous about it, to just give it a shot.
Yeah.
I'm not someone who you would think would become a public speaker, especially if you knew me at the beginning of my freshman year. But I definitely think that it's something that anyone can try. As long as you can talk, you can do speech and debate.
Awesome. Ciara Oldham and Kaylee Wilmoth, first place winners in the speech and debate state championship, headed to nationals. We wish you the best of luck there in beautiful Des Moines.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being with us. And turning our attention to Baxter, where Upperman High School has been named a Purple Star School for its military friendliness. And here to tell us more about that is UHS Principal Justin Campbell. And man, what an honor to be recognized with the Purple Star School Award, and just to let people know that Upperman is military friendly.
Yeah, definitely. We're super proud of it. It took a little bit of some work, and I had a lot of hands helping me, but I'm glad that we achieved it and we got what we needed to do.
So people ask, what does that really mean?
Yeah, that's a great question. And the best way to say it is that we recognize that there's a lot of families that are in and out of school systems based on where they may be stationed at. And those students, whenever they come to Upperman High School or they come to any school in America, there's some challenges that they face.
Yeah.
And really what we look for is how can we help those families?
Yeah.
How can we help them acclimate to this new building, to this new role? And then how can we also serve our veterans? Because that is something huge that we at Baxter are very proud of, is how we serve our veterans.
Yeah, it really is. Just 51 schools in the state of Tennessee earned the Purple Star School Award. And Upperman, one of only 51 schools in the entire state. And you go back to the Veterans Day program that you have, it is always just unbelievable. And you really get a sense that the community really embraces the veterans. So if the community is going to embrace the veterans, why shouldn't Upperman High School?
Agree completely. And you can see it when you come to our Veterans Day program. You can see it in the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see our pep rallies, we're loud, kids are up, but whenever we have our Veterans Day program, there's a solemnness there that is, it's unrivaled. And I think a lot of those kids have military family. They have experienced a lot of the same things that awarded us a Purple School or Star School, or they've seen somebody or a friend that has. And so there is a solemnness there, which is great. And with the help of Mr. Painter, Cade Painter at Upperman High School, he helped us get, he was the legs behind all this.
Okay.
All I said was, this is something I'd love for us to do, and he said, I'll make sure it gets done, and let's see what we can do to help. And he's even got future plans, too, of what we can do to celebrate those students who are part of military families and, of course, our veterans. So.
And, of course, you get a nice banner that you get to hang
That's
up.
right.
And,
That's right.
who doesn't want another banner to hang in the gym or in the school somewhere?
I'll take every one we can. I'll put them everywhere.
Now, this is your first year at Upperman High School.
Yes, sir.
So how's it been going?
It's been a great year. It's been the most rewarding year of my career.
Really?
Yes. I think that...
Because you were there before as a teacher.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. And, I only affected those kids that I had for 180 days. And I feel like I made a difference with those kids. However, every position I've went up to, I've tried to make a bigger difference. And being a head principal and affecting 1,000 kids or 900 kids or whatever it may be at, depending on the time of year, it's super rewarding. And this time of year, you see where you've planted all those seeds of growth for these kids, and they're coming back to you. I've got a bunch of graduation invitations and a lot of nice things being said by the kids, and just even the ones that, you had to kind of, put in the right direction, which are the ones that, they need that, and I'm happy to do it for them. And so this is the time of year where we get to see how those planted seeds are growing. Yeah. So it's been great.
Well, there's less than a month left in the school year, and you've got graduation coming up. There's so many things coming up that's on the horizon. Your first graduation as a high school principal, which that'll be pretty awesome.
Yes.
But when you look back, and athletics has been extremely successful.
Yes.
And still got a chance for some spring sports to do that. What's been the highlight of your first year as principal, do you think?
That's a hard question. Yeah. I think there's a number of things. So next year specifically, we're going to highlight some of the things that were our highlight as a faculty this year, which is, our Sound of Music was wonderful. Yeah. We had such a good play.
Right.
It was amazing. And of course, our state championship basketball team.
Boys' first state championship.
We also have some kids that went to a math competition that scored extremely high.
Yeah.
So we have a lot.
2 state champion wrestlers.
Yeah. We have a perfect score on the 36 on the ACT.
Wow.
Yeah. So we vary across the entire scope of a school.
Yeah.
And really what I want to do is make sure to highlight that for the community so everybody knows. So those are all my big highlights. There's a lot of things sprinkled in there, but we're really going to focus on how can we recognize those students? How can we recognize everybody across the building?
Yeah. And recognizing military families, as we said off the top, the Purple Star School Award to Upperman High School, one of 51 schools in the state. Congratulations for that, and congratulations for almost making it through your first year. We're not quite there yet, but we're almost there.
We keep the eyes on the prize.
That's right.
We can get it done.
All right. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it for the PCS podcast this week. Be sure to check out our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube channel. Until next time, God bless everybody.